by Hodgins.
He was one of the best wide receivers in all of football last week. He's been one of the best wide receivers over the past month, and he has just been a huge part of the Giants' success. He'll also be playing the divisional round this Saturday night in Philly. We love his story. It's an incredible one. Let's give a welcome to Giants wide receiver Isaiah Hodgins. What's up, Isaiah?
What's up, y'all? What's up? Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm rocking that jersey like this because your story is one to rally around, and you have really emerged in the last month and a half since getting with New York. Let's start, though, with Sunday. After the win, we saw your Instagram story, you in the locker room leading the guys, everyone dancing. Take us into that scene. It was a raucous one. What was the song that was playing? Who's the hype guy? Take us all through it right after you guys pull off the victory in Minnesota.
Yeah, you know, it was the same song that we played, you know, after we beat the Washington Commanders. You know, Sterling Shepard, you know, he's kind of our hype guy, and, you know, he's kind of got that rep this year, you know, being just a great supporter that he's been. So he was on the music, and just a little, you know, walk in your trap, take over your trap, you know, kind of just saying, like, you know, like, we came to, you know, the opponent's stadium and kind of handled our business. You know, we took over and we left. And, you know, Sterling was saying it all game that, hey, we win, we're playing this game, we're playing the song after. So, you know, it was just a funny moment and fun to just be a part of with all those guys.
Yeah, Isaiah, you guys played lights out. There was a lot of big plays in that game, and you guys came out swinging on the opening drive, scored a big touchdown. We showed a couple of the highlights as we introduced you, and that catch on the sideline. There was a guy that used to sit over here in this chair that would have that as part of his toe drag swag section, and I think people need to realize that was against Patrick Peterson. You were going at it all game long, but there's a play that I really want to bring up, and I want to bring to everybody's attention because I don't think you got enough credit for what you did. This is the opening drive. This is a 28-yard touchdown by Saquon Barkley. Look who that is leading the way right up there. All right, that's Isaiah Hodgins right there blocking a defensive end. Look, if you don't get that block, Saquon doesn't score this touchdown right here. Take us through this play, and are you okay with this? Like, do you like blocking defensive ends?
Yeah, you know, it was just one of those things that I kind of came into the league knowing that I was going to have to do a little bit. And, you know, my father, you know, used to play fullback in the NFL. So with his blocking background, he used to always tell me, like, man, like, there's nothing more that coaches love than wide receivers who know how to block. So, you know, you're a big body dude. Like, make sure, you know, you do that on any team that you're on. And, you know, I've got a lot of good examples from him in the past, you know, being teammates with Gabe Davis and stuff like that, of just, you know, those crack tosses and stuff. And, you know, I mean, sometimes you don't always have the best leverage on those DNs, and you just got to hang on for, you know, dear life. And, you know, that was one of those times where, you know, I had my leverage, and I just felt like, you know, take the DN where he wants to go and just wash him out. And, you know, let me tell you, there's no better feeling than just feeling Saquon just run right past you and seeing all that green grass and him going for a touchdown, man. I mean, I was probably more hyped up on that play than I was after my touchdown. Like, in all honesty, like, I went to the sideline and was hyped up with my coaches. You know, we were throwing helmets and stuff. Like, it was just a fun moment.
Well, Isaiah, I think DN didn't want to go there. You made him go there. An appreciation for blocking, I think, is a beautiful thing, and I know your quarterback, I'm sure, appreciates it. Let's talk about your quarterback. Daniel Jones had maybe the best game of his entire career on Sunday. It wasn't just the numbers, the performance. It was how he looked. It was his whole mood and attitude and vibe. What was he like in the huddle this weekend? Why did it look different to us watching the game compared to what you guys were feeling with him on the field?
Yeah. I mean, I always, you know, rant about this, man, that Daniels, he's just like a real field general. And I just think his preparation just makes it so easy for him just to, you know, be calm in the pocket and be calm in those big pressure moments in the game. I mean, he's always pulling the receivers to the side in between periods after practice, just for extra looks, extra routes, or telling us what he sees, so exactly how it's going to be in the game. And it always plays out like that because he watches so much film and studies so hard. So it's like, it's just motivating to see your quarterback work that hard. And it's also motivating to see him, like, you know, carry the team how he did. I mean, there was one drive that we had that was like 19 or 20 plays, and he's running for half the drive and getting first downs with his legs. And it's like, I'm coming back to the huddle exhausted, and he is too. And, you know, you see him just suck it up, call the next play, and get back out there and throw another dime. And it's like, man, if he's still going, I got to keep going too.
Yeah, I'm watching at home, and I saw him after one of those runs. It almost looked like he was looking at Dable like, all right, now, like, let me hand the ball off. But, Isaiah, you were drafted in the 6th round back in 2020. I was a fellow 6th-rounder, too. Had to make the practice squad, eventually waived, and got picked up by the Giants and have played a huge role for the team and their progress and momentum you guys have going into the playoffs. Tell us about that journey and how the relationship with Brian Dable and Joe Schoen came into play.
Yeah. You know, it was definitely a journey for sure. You know, I'm thankful for every part of it. And there was definitely a part of me, you know, back when I was in Buffalo, you know, as that 6th-round pick that, you know, was a little just, you know, not disappointed, but just, you know, that rookie in me just wanted to get on the field right away and just wanted to, like, play right now, contribute right now. And, you know, I had a couple of injuries that kind of held me out from doing that. But, you know, I was just around a great veteran group of veteran coaches, as you said, you know, Dayball and, you know, Stephon Diggs and John Brown and Emmanuel Sanders, just, you know, all these household names of just people who I could really sit here and, like, learn from and, you know, model my game after and kind of, you know, learn from different routes and how to train like a pro, how to rehab like a pro, how to, you know, just do all this stuff and, you know, build a real good relationship with all those guys, especially, you know, Dayball and Joe Schoen. And Joe Schoen was actually one of the coaches who came and, like, would watch my games in college and, like, you know, see me practice sometimes. So, you know, like, our relationship goes way back. So, you know, I'm just excited to be back in the building with these guys.
I love that. You know, Joe Schoen is viewed as the Giants GM now, but he was also known as one of the best road scouts in all of football and would be everywhere. So if he's at Oregon State in Corvallis watching you play, you know he's put the work in. You mentioned Schoen, you mentioned Dable there, John Feliciano, Matt Breida, so many guys that were with the Bills last year are with the Giants this year. I have to think the last 2 weeks has been incredibly emotional for you in light of the Damar Hamlin news. Tell us about the connective tissue between that Buffalo locker room and some of you guys in New York right now.
Yeah. I mean, you know, as you mentioned, just, you know, I think that pipeline, you know, kind of runs deep and, you know, everyone had those heartfelt feelings, you know, towards Damar. And, you know, I was able to talk to him a couple of times, so that made me feel better, especially before the game. But, I mean, there's a lot of people, you know, from the Bills locker room who were there, who are now with the Giants. So, you know, it's made this locker room a little close. And, you know, there's still people over there who, you know, who are rooting for all of us over here just because of, you know, they know Dayball and they know, you know, just all the players here and everything. So, you know, it's just a real close locker room here and I love it. And, you know, that's one thing that I loved about Buffalo. And, you know, Dayball really brought that here. And it's been real fun so far.
2 Bills 6th-round picks last year, Isaiah Hodgins and Damar Hamlin. Pretty cool. And both your teams are going to be out on the field this weekend, but you're going to be focused on the Philadelphia Eagles. Isaiah Hodgins, we love your story. Keep on rocking, keep doing your thing, and keep on taking New York City by storm.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for having me again.
All right, Isaiah, go get that bankroll. Walk into your trap. Take your trap.
Oh, my God, Sean. Look at you. Oh, man is right. Oh, man is right.
From Damar Hamlin to go get that bankroll, follow that trap.
Yeah, go get it, Isaiah. Love you too,
I'll take
Damar.
it one further, Peter. I'll say from that to Will Selva. How about that? Will Selva, how could you possibly follow that up? Honestly, I'm glad you have to.
Sean, where did we go wrong, Sean?
You're just reading the lyrics.
This is great.
Sean.
You just reading the lyrics. Wrong.
This is great.
Wrong?
Are you Phil or Will? Who are you right now?
I'm Will. All right, I'm going to do some news now, I guess. Sorry, Isaiah. Either way, you know, the Titans finished with